Raise my glass and dance all on my own. All my friends went home, but I don't want to waste this song in the moonlight's never-ending glow. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. Coming out today with was a little bit of a sad day. Some sad news, but we obviously the show must go on. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Today, Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and I unfortunately never had the honor of meeting him. I never had the pleasure of interviewing him, never had the privilege of being able to, I think, ever be anywhere in the vicinity of his whereabouts. He was a guy that just, if you didn't know who he was, if you're European or if you're someone that don't pay attention to politics, first off, good for you, because politics is wild. He was a political commentator. He was very right, like pretty Republican, but not a hateful one. In all of his debates that he had done, like on all these college campuses, were all very civil. And I've never seen a clip of him promoting hate. I've never seen a clip of him promoting violence. I've never seen a clip of him being anything other than just a really good guy. I would normally have a drink in my hand today. However, I don't think Charlie would have liked that. So I will not. I've been sober for a couple weeks now. Probably be sober for another couple. I am going to New York on the 17th. So maybe I have a couple drinks there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this has washed over yet. And yeah, so I want to say, as a American, as a veteran, that anyone that's just expressing their First Amendment rights has the right to do that, regardless of what they say. And again, I've never really seen him say anything that was hateful. Other people might not like what he's had to say, and okay, fair point. I don't like everything that other people have to say either, but I don't think you should have to worry about your life being on the line every time you say something that's unpopular. And really only unpopular with one side of the country or world. Anyway, just bad times for him. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects. I might do a video on that later. I might not. I probably will. But for now, we have what do we have? We have some crypto news today. Surprisingly, and so here's where it gets a little, I don't want to say silver lining because that's awful. ETH was up to like 40, almost 4,500 today. It was like 44.8. Went back down to about 43. Now it's at 43, 45. So despite today's horrendous tragedy, bags were largely unaffected, which is, there was that Katy Perry song, "This is the part of me that you never," so there was a couple of people that I knew that are pretty intelligent that are just like, bro, this is it, civil war for America. And like, I was pretty sure that was okay. This is a knee-jerk reaction. Everyone's really heated. Everyone's like, and I'm ashamed that my first thought was like, please, not my bags. Not that like in a civil war, like you have like probably tens of thousands of people dying, like in Russia and Ukraine. That's awful. So I'm a little ashamed to say that my first thought was not like, oh no, the poor innocents that will die in this if there is a war. It was, oh god, no, not my bags. But then I again, there was that small part of me. It's like, is there going to be a retaliatory response? Is there going to be this? And I had a couple people reach out, and but then after that, it was people around me is mostly just sadness. Is mostly so. Anyone saying like that type of thing or we can retribute. I despise all types of this type of violence in this setting. Very, very bad. No one in his position deserves that. No one in most positions deserves that. I mean, granted, there are some very, very, very bad people in this world that, yes, they need that, but Charlie was definitely not one of them. Most people are not that. Most people don't deserve that at all. Yeah, this was that was horrible. Anyway, despite the, again, horribleness that we had seen today, and guys, if you haven't seen the video, like, don't go on Twitter. Like, maybe stay off socials for like a day or two, if that's easy for you. If you can't because that's your business or whatever, you know, that's fine. That's how you make money. But yeah, the I had, yeah, just bad times. Anyway, despite that, everything seems to be doing okay. We'll go over a lot of it here. That's ETH. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Actually up to 2.2% on the day. It had gone above 114 for a bit, so it was down to like it hit under 111 yesterday. Up over 114 today, down to 113, back up to 113.9. So again, overall, just a net positive on the day for it. The first one I have up here is Definity. Up about 5.5% on the day. Only $1,000 in volume, not a lot, but I'll let you know what was interesting. And I forget which. Okay, it was this one. One of the most recent buys, which was 8 hours ago, was from a address called C69DA. And when you go and you take a look at that, okay, that dude's got, you know, $31,000 worth of Definity. So the extra $400 that this person bought, kind of a drop in the hat to him. Doesn't seem to have any more additional like ETH on there. If you look at the wallet address, there's like an extra $12 in ETH there. Probably they're just for trades. But there's $97,000 in DEVVE over there. It's like, oh, okay. This dude's got hundreds of thousands of DEVVE. And this dude's got some bumper, and this dude's got some agents, virtue, something, KNDX, Astra, a tiny bit of OMI in there. Although I think this person gave up on it because there's like nothing left in there. But I think that gave a confidence to a couple of people over in the Telegram. Hey, the person that did this, if they want to swap from again, if DEVVE goes to that crazy place of, so we talked a little bit about it on the show, on the OMI is my homie show yesterday. We talked a bit about DEVVE, and for a layer 1 blockchain to do what it can do, like I was expecting, like, okay, I think as long as it's a meaningful partnership with an exchange, and it's gonna give them some revenue, like, even if it doesn't give them that much revenue, the joint marketing campaign that they'll do with a big exchange, and I'm not even talking about crypto exchange. We're thinking we were thinking like London exchange, Beijing, maybe New York Stock Exchange, maybe NASDAQ, something like that. You know, but trying to keep things not tailored, just trying to keep things expectations a little bit lower. Everyone's like, yo, maybe it's NASDAQ. They automatically think it's like the greatest thing, right? Where it's like, okay, there's a lot of other exchanges out there that aren't that, and most likely it's probably going to be like the most boring one. So I was thinking London. I wasn't thinking US. And then NASDAQ had the thing where they're like, yeah, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. Everything's going to be on chain. We're going to be trading 24/7. And we're like, this is all the stuff that like DEVVE can do. And like, shit, maybe that's it. So originally I was thinking 100x from here, because we're at about $40 million market cap, would give us about a $4 billion market cap. And then, I don't know if this was on the show. I think it was on the show. Yeah. Either way, me and Dr. Stuff were talking. Yeah, it was after Rain had left. And he was saying, like, listen, for a layer 1 blockchain, if, like, let's say if it's NASDAQ, which again, still not sure, but now it looks like the evidence is pointing that way. Even if it is NASDAQ, you don't really know what type of partnership it is. But if they're talking about putting everything on the blockchain, and that's on through DEVVE, and then you have in their most recent DEVVE roundup, I don't know if this was the most recent one, but give me a sec here to go into the trading group.
Integration of our platform and their platform, and it's the first time that their platform has some pretty compelling characteristics given the unique features that our platform has.
And they were talking about whoever the big partner is. Apparently it's the best kind of partner. So if it's that, then Dr. Stuff was saying, like, listen, You have stuff like Chainlink, you have stuff like Sui, that these layer one blockchains that have their uses are 12 and 16 billion dollars respectively, and DEVVE's tech is honestly a bit better. So even just getting to where those two blockchains are right now, 12, that's not a 100x, that's a 300 to 400x. And again, if it's their own exchange, and this type of technology or this type of stuff is, and every single bank will want to use this tech, it could possibly do 1,000x from here, giving it a $40 billion market cap. Now, will it do that exactly once they announce whoever the partner is? Even if it is as no. Will it do a nice, I don't know, what's 10, will it do a nice 50x to a billion? I think it can. I think it could. You know, we don't know. But yeah, I think tens of billions is not outside the realm of possibility for DEVVE. But again, it's going to depend on who the partner is, how well they can do at marketing, what type of partnership it is, how much revenue it gets. So there's a lot. But again, right now, kind of that pre-revenue stage, that this is not my specialty. So I leave it to the doctor of stuff. Anyway, because this one wallet has so much DEVVE, even if it just does a 10x from here, and that dude suddenly has $970,000 worth of DEVVE instead of 97,000, what can that person do? I probably get more Definity, probably get more OMI, probably get, I mean, Definity is already a second position, but yeah, if you already have so much in one, that, you know, why not take a little profit out of what's already risen and put it down to what hasn't risen yet? Just my opinion. What's going on, Croner? Saying, last one, give me those dabs. What's going on? Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Bill Gardner saying, rip Charlie. Yeah, bad times, bad times. Let's take a look at Delorean, because they had something interesting. So they're up 11% on the day, 16 million in volume. That is over 92% of an increase in volume, and the market cap up to 13.7 million. Now, what did they have, Chavez? What do you mean they had something interesting? Well, I'll tell you. 188,000 followers over on X. They had announced 2-ish hours ago. We're proud to announce that Delorean's DMC token white paper has been officially accepted by Spain's National Security Market Commission, or the CNMB, and published by the European Securities and Markets Authority, aka ESMA, under the European Union's Market and Crypto Assets Regulation, aka MiCA. DMC token has been reviewed and qualifies as a utility token under MiCA and does not constitute a financial instrument or security under Directive 2014/65/EU. As such, the token falls within the scope of Title II of MiCA and not within the regulatory perimeter of the securities markets or investment services. This makes Delorean one of the first globally recognized consumer brands to operate under MiCA's framework, a regulatory milestone that sets the stage for expansion across Europe. MiCA compliance is a major foundation for what we're building as a truly utility token with real-world adoption and experiences. I think that is massive, and probably why it's, and again, I think it should be up way more than this. I think this is too low, but I think it gets up to 100 million at one point. Currently 13 million. Yeah, about 7-8x, give or take. So yeah, this is, I like it. I still have my tokens that I was given. I've never sold. And maybe I'm supposed to get one more payment. Maybe that's this month. I don't know. Not yet. Maybe I'll get them in the next couple weeks. Who knows? I'll let you know. Good evening, fam. Very sad and heartbroken today with the loss of Charlie Kirk. Praying for his family and our nation. Agreed. Sad times. Sad times. Sad times are had by all. Like I said, comment F down below to pay respect, say a prayer. Bill Garner saying, me too, Kuma. Me too. It's hard. Because it says speech isn't violence, and violence is not justified against. Yeah. This is hard. I mean, like, yeah, very hard. In my video later that I'll do, I'll reference something that Obama said. I'll reference something that Kamala said. I'll reference stuff that other people have said. And because again, I have friends on both left and the right, and I really want to talk. I mean, the video, again, it doesn't seem like the right, or that my friends on the right would be really any violent at all, but just in case some are, I'd be like, hey, listen, we clearly don't like it when it's done to us. This is not, please don't escalate. And then the friends on the left would be like, hey, listen, you might not like what he said, but here's what Obama said about that, and here's what Kamala says about that, and just trying to keep the peace, man. The Baker saying sad day for America. Definitely, he was a lover. Yeah, he was, and like it kills because he was younger than me too, and it's like, but the point of being in the military was so you keep others out of harm's way. And it's like, man, this is not good to see. It's one thing when it's like, okay, it's someone older and maybe they're in a situation like, but yeah, seeing someone younger than you go is arguably a lot worse than watching some like what does King Theoden say in Lord of the Rings, Two Towers? Like, saying no parent should have to bury their child, and it's like, yeah. I even at the end of Interstellar, spoilers for Interstellar. It's been out for like 11 years. Come on. Matthew McConaughey like comes back and like his daughter is like 90 now, and she's like gonna die, and she's like, you're not allowed here. I know I'm a lot older than you, but you shouldn't have to see your kid die. And he's like, well, all right, I guess I'll go F myself then. Yeah, seeing people younger than you, that's not, yeah, that's hard. But we know Jose was psychotic and doesn't represent her. Yeah, agreed. That too. All right. Anyway, let's get on here. So that was Delorean. Let's do SHIRO NiCA. We're down about 7% on the day, down to a 4.1, almost $4.2 million market cap. 400K in volume. But yeah, they've been having a rough couple of months. It has not been kind to them. Let me go to the SHIRO NiCA over on CoinGecko and see what's there. Because I know they had a hack, but that hack was... Is that in May, the hack? Yeah, I think that was in May. And nothing's really been the same after the hack, so that's been kind of rough. Oh, yeah, they're down from... What was this? August 13th. It was 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 zeros and then 1, 1, 8, and now it's 8 zeros and 4 1. So yeah, it's been hard for them. But I was telling one of the whales from SHIRO, I was like, listen, they've got a wild and amazing community. They're still going to be on VeVe. There's still a bunch of stuff that's going on. Like, I don't think anything here is really going to change. It's just the bear market's kind of just wrecked a lot of tokens. SHIRO happens to be one of them. So it's not unique to them. And I was telling them, like, listen, there's a weird bull market. Most everything's going to be focused on Bitcoin and ETH probably for a little bit. You have some top alts. You'll have some of the you'll have the micro caps go, and you'll have those narratives, whether it's memes, NFTs, AI, gaming, you name it, it'll all happen. Hopefully they don't run together, but especially because SHIRO's a cat, white cat. But I think it'll still do pretty well in the meme market when that bull run comes. We'll see what it does. What else we got here? Let's do daCat, because we just took a look at them, or we just took a look at their white counterpart. So daCat up about 0% on the day, 2.6 million in volume. There's been $20 in volume, $2.6 million market cap. I mean, $20 in volume. Geez, that's nothing. Liquidity, $596,000 in liquidity, 303. Is that correct? All right, liquidity looks a little off because it says 596,000 in liquidity, but when you look at the details, it says 303,000 in daCat and 302,000 in ETH. So that should be 605,000, but it's off by 9K, which again, it's super small. I'm not going to worry about it. There is some news that we'll have with daCat pretty soon, within the next couple of weeks. It'll be, oh, didn't know that was happening, and yeah. And then there's also, I don't even know how to say it. I know I'm like the only one with a channel that really talks about it, but I'm not the only one working on it. There's like a whole team of people at daCat that's they'll take care of the website. They're doing spaces. They're doing like there's some things that happen that I have no idea about. I'm like, hey, look what we just did. I was like, what the heck? Like, cool. I'll talk about it tonight. So that's really fun. At any point, at any given point in time on any day, someone is always working on something for daCat. So daCat never sleeps. Let me go to DEVVE though, because I feel like I just briefly mentioned them before, and I haven't gotten, what's the price? They're up about 3% on the day, 46 cents. Let's take a look if you do that. Okay, very good. Ow, my back. All right, let's see the volume. $200,000 in volume. Very, very low. Fully diluted, 55 million, but the market cap's 40 million. I freaking love these prices. You had Paul from Definity on Crypto Range show today, said that he wants to, for Paul, it's a wait, and Paul's all about the TA. Paul's all about, so for example, for OMI, as it was, going down for like ever, right? And he's just like, it's still a wait here, it's still a wait here. The trend line is down, wouldn't buy here. Again, fine. It keeps going down, understand. And then only after it had like broken through that like 0002 mark, went up to like 0005, back down to 0003. Only after then, he's like, it's a late buy. I was like, so we should have bought when it was a wait. But anyway, says it's a wait here because of the fact that it hasn't risen above that 52-cent mark. It has gone as low as 34 cents a few months ago, and he's from a technical standpoint, for him it's a wait. For Crypto Rain says like, I'm buying here. For him it's a buy, even if it continues to trade sideways or goes lower for the next few months. I think it can do that for at least the next 60 days. Maybe like anything can go up for no reason at all, right? It's crypto, it's madness. But I think that in November, because it's on their, not white paper, it's on their roadmap, that they'll announce who the exchange partner is. And I think once that happens, it's that joint marketing campaign. And once that happens, I really feel that's when the prices will move. And again, it could move before then. And I guess it's possible they could have a marketing campaign and sell the news event. I don't think so, but that's always possible as well. But I think you probably have, and I was telling a friend this morning as well. He's got a lot of money. A lot of it's in ETH though. And he's like, Randy, do you think ETH can do a 10x? I was like, not anytime soon. I think it could still double from here, go to like 8,800. Yeah, it's fair. And he's like, so DEVVE will outperform. I was like, well, eventually, yeah, but I still think you probably have a couple more months. And I think in this couple more months, that's when ETH really finds its footing, because it barely reached all-time high. It came right back down. And Bitcoin's crazy above its all-time high. So I think you have and Bitcoin, I think, is just primed for this run when you have rate cuts. And people are talking about like 50 basis points rate cuts. I was like, oh my God. That'd be incredible. So we'll see. Space Penguin, my man, how you doing? Girl. Iron Man reposted the stream. Thank you for doing that. Good evening. Bro, I'm not even gonna put what you so like here's like the I posted it on Facebook. So this is like what like kind of irks me sometimes. I don't even know where if I screenshot it or not. On July 17, 2024, I said, Biden has just been diagnosed with the Rona. I hope he gets better. And everyone there, especially my friends on the right, and I know who they are, and they're just like, yeah, me too. And I was like, oh, cool. That was a stark comparison from when Trump got it in like 2020, and I said, I hope the president gets better. And the amount of people on the left that were just like, I hope he dies. And I was like, oh my God, that is horrible. And it's just the same people. Like, and again, like, maybe it's just that I have more friends on the left on Facebook, and again, it wasn't everyone; it was just a few, but it was more than a couple. And anyway, it gets wild. Yeah, I dude. All right, so back in the day, like the three little lines were up here, and now that's where this heart is, and it says "Welcome to Facebook dating." I do not need to be on Facebook dating. That is not what I'm trying to do. Can you block that like permanently? Like, even if I were, according to Charlie Kirk, should want to get married and have kids and stop partying, but I like to party. But yeah, at some point maybe I'll grow up. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I don't think I would use Facebook as my choice of trying to find a wife. That sounds that doesn't sound like an optimal way to reach happiness in romance. Oh geez. Oh, double G's. Oh, triple G's. Oh God. Where were we? Okay, we're done with that. Let's go to, did Delorean, did Shiro, did I do everything? Oh no, I missed OMI. Derp. Well, most people are here. OMI it's been the last couple of days, it's kind of been flat, down 0.5% today, down 13% over the last 7 days, but still up 48% over the last 3 weeks. Well, really month. Volume's at 1.4 million. That is pathetic. And more than half of that is on DeepCoin. That is wild. And Sendex, I feel like doesn't really count. But Gate.io and OKX make up for 140K each. That's fine. Yeah. And we were talking about this in the OMI Homie channel yesterday. And I guess we're going to start to get more guests on. So we'll see. But this is Foster mentioned the other day that, you know, they're not really keen to pay for influencers, but like how else are you going? And I asked this yesterday, like, what should they do? And Crypto Rain basically said, like, listen, the bull market will take care of it. And yeah, it probably will. It just seems that sitting around with our thumbs up our butts and just like, oh, wait for the bull market, it'll take care. And I get it. It probably will. But the I don't know, like there's some people that just like are never going to cover it in a positive way. And I get it, you don't want those people trying to cover it anyway. But there are multiple people out there. Like there's 2 people I know that have probably put in a couple $1 million into the project by this point, token and app combined. One's a level 100, one's not, but still has some cool stuff, and they have a bunch of OMI. Excuse me. What do you? If they didn't meet me, they wouldn't be in this project. Like, how else do you get those type of people in? And those other people, they watch Paul Barron, they've watched other, like, I feel like if you want to be, and not that I would say to go on Paul Barron, but if you want to be taken seriously, go on channels that are serious. David and Dan have had this issue where they've been going on channels that have like 100 subscribers, and they get like, and like the 30 views that they get are all from VeVe peeps. And it's like, this is not a smart way to go in and invest your time. Now, again, I'm getting like 30% of the facts here because I don't know the relationship with them. Maybe the fact that they know them, maybe they're friends, maybe they're just really big whales and they're like, yeah, I'll go in and spend X amount on VeVe, but you got to come on my channel. Okay, you know what? Cool. And again, we don't know those details, but how much is their time worth? I don't know, $10,000 an hour, and I easily thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars per hour. Okay, well, maybe instead of going on a channel that's not going to get you any new customers or any new views, maybe instead take that $10,000 and I don't know, try to get back on altcoin daily. Try to get on people that are looking for legit projects, which you are, and you know. So I don't know. I'm just trying to understand the calculus of them doing that, and they haven't. I'm not even saying like to come on my channel, which of course they're always welcome. But again, how many new people that are not into VeVe and Ecomi already are going to watch? I don't know. I mean, probably a few, but probably be better if they were going to go on a crypto show that had maybe, and I'm not even talking like 1 million followers. Like I would love them to be interviewed by Andre Jick, who doesn't really focus a ton on crypto, but he does have some influence in the crypto space. You know, that might work. Anyway, again, these are just ideas for Ecomi. And there are OMI giveaways, which we'll take a look at. What did I title this thing? VeVe and OMI Ecomi rewards. Okay, so at some point today, there was a post by Ecomi, and I'm trying to find it, saying, leaderboard reward updates. Hey, OMI fam, we couldn't be more thrilled with the initial reception of the leaderboard rewards and the increased engagement participation that has come with competing for leaderboard glory. I want to take a moment to update users of the status of week 1 rewards and provide a reminder about expectations surrounding trading activity. Week 1 rewards. New features come with new hiccups, and the distribution of OMI to the top 25 holders was no exception. I actually don't have this whole clip here. All right, let me go to X and go to Ecomi. Meow, 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 meow. New features come with new hiccups. While the OMI rewards were sent to the correct users based on week 1 results, tokens were inadvertently deposited into VeVe immutable X wallets on the base network rather than the Stacker self-custody wallets on base. Token rewards have since been correctly deposited to user Stacker wallets. We thank you. Thank everyone for the patience and understanding as we rectified this issue. Leaderboard trading activity reminder. When leaderboard rewards were announced, we mentioned that trading activity would be subject to all applicable VeVe and Stacker terms of service. First week of leaderboard rewards saw 2,700 transactions and almost 400 million OMI spent in the Stacker marketplace. Teams have been monitoring leaderboard activity and would like to remind participants that we reserve the right to remove users from the leaderboard or withhold rewards for any conduct that breaches these terms. Remember that one Superman that got sold back and forth like 20 times? Yeah, that's not going to fly anymore. This includes, but not limited to, any activities that may be perceived as wash trading or market manipulation. We understand the excitement around this new feature and want to continue encouraging users to participate in leaderboards while ensuring a fair playing field for anyone looking to compete. Thanks again to everyone who has taken the time to check out Stacker and participate in leaderboard rewards. We look forward to continuing to build the token that powers where the world collects. 1 sec here. Notes. Oh gosh. When was this? Oh, I haven't eaten in like 2. Oh, I gotta eat soon. Oh, guys, I'm cooked, man. I've been in caloric deficit since the 30th. It's really only been like 10 days. And granted, I've lost a good amount of weight, but I'm not okay. I am straight up not having a good time, despite my nutrition being stellar. And yeah, rough times. Anyway, it was hola, Randy. It's Abe. Glad you just started. First one here. Let's go. Let's go, brother. First one here. Whew. Oh, I know. Bad times today. Oh, Ecomi had reposted my stuff yesterday. Good times, Ecomi. Thank you for getting me over 1,000 views. It also mentioned yesterday the inaugural OMI leaderboards have been successfully distributed. That's great. Did you know? Over 42 billion, aka 17.5% of all OMI tokens are on the base network. Base enables key utilities and features for the token, including OMI to NFT, fiat onboarding, daily and seasonal leaderboard rewards, and more. And he tags the SHA256 and Jesse Pollock. What's people's? Yeah, it was rough times today. It was rough. We had the rough times, and we will try to get through. We will try to raise my glass and dance on all my friends went home. I don't know why that's been stuck in my head all day. Oh, let me go over ladies real quick and see what they're at. $18 volume, down 0% on the day. It's a $12,000 market cap. Still waiting for a couple of peeps to get out, but it looks like they might be sticking around. We'll see. I'll keep you all posted. All right, let's go to. We have any articles to read here before we get to the news? I don't believe we do. No, we don't. We're good. Let me just check some prices on VeVe here, and then we'll get to the news. I promise. Oh God, I accidentally clicked on my messages. I don't know if I opened one or not. Ecomi logo. Down to 2,100. So if you want that at a little bit of a discount, I guess now's the time. Now it's my time. I'll do what I want because this is my $5,900 for a VeVe Gold and Silver logo. If you want that, you could actually get it at like 5,800 in OMI if you want to. See partner statue. I'm gonna say 1490 because that's what it was the other day. It's 1490. Let's go. 3-digit 997 for 1,600. It really high 3-digit. Let's do Todd, and then I want to do Riso as well because I saw a couple people pick up Riso recently. Todd's at 513. Timmy always goes to the bathroom at 513. It's 613. Timmy always goes to the bathroom at 613. But for this stake, 513 is the price of the Todd. My sub 100 is the cheapest sub 100 out there. Now let's go to the Riso. 17 of these in the market. 880 is the floor, but there is a auction that ends in 3 hours and 4 minutes. That's at 800, and you might be able to get it because 3.7 million is 1,100. So OMI, it's not cheaper there. I think that's probably about all I want to go in, and we'll check out Amazing Fantasy. See if that covers good. 160 for the common, 86 for the uncommon, 125 for the rare. I think that's pretty low. Should I get a rare? 125, I think that's pretty low. Anyway, ultra rare is 450. I think that's also pretty low. But I got one for like 350. But it's been up to 700, so we'll see. And secret rare is $7,700. That is so much. Can you wish me a happy Halloween, please? If you do it, I'll win 10,000. Abe, happy Halloween, brother! I hope that helped you win 10,000 OMI. But yes, I and let me know if I did it correctly or if I need to do it again. Anything for my homies that get a little OMI. I feel like 10,000 OMI is a couple bucks. It is $3, but I think it'll be worth a lot more in the future. Anyway. All right, let's get to the. So we have to go through the rest of Monday. Yeah, we do. Okay. What happened on the rest of Monday? Maybe in New York, I'll get the chocolate Oreo thing from Baskin Robbins because that looks awesome. Science. Oh, that's so cool. Notice that work regarding approvals. Oh, we got a note here from Chris Park, who's the co-founder of Definity Market, saying what sets us apart from the giants is that we've done the hard, unglamorous work, securing regulatory approvals, building audit-ready infrastructure, and designing for institutional risk and compliance from day one. While others chased volume, we built the controls institutions actually require, like role separation, transaction, and level audit trails, and integrated risk management. That's why banks and funds trust us with real flow. We don't aim to be everything to everyone. We're focused on doing one thing well, providing the rails that institutional capital actually trusts and uses. That is why I have Definity. I say, in a market obsessed with hype and volume, we've chosen a different path, one built on trust, compliance, and infrastructure that institutions actually use. Love it. Who dis? You the freaking man. Thank you. Why, thank you. I know. Oh God, it's hysterical. Give me one sec here. I want to ask you guys to do something. I'm going to go to YouTube here. I'm going to ask y'all to smash that like button. It is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, so there's a super thanks button down below, super chats as well. Oh, Contacts. I love that movie. I first saw it on like HBO when I was younger. I think me and Jason Pena 2000 were talking about this the other day. Like, remember when you were sick and you got to go to either someone's house, probably someone's house, and you just, they had a TV with cable and they had the box and they had everything, and wild times. Anyway, I saw Contact. I don't know, what year did that come out? I think I was pretty young. Contact movie. Yeah, it came out in 97. So I must have seen it in like 98, 99, whenever it came out on HBO. My neighbor had it, and I was just like, bro, this is so good. That was so good. And then I remember in like, I was like 12 years, it was like 7th grade. I had this one chick, this one teacher, and we were just talking about like movies for whatever reason. I was like, you ever see the movie Contact? And she's just like, yes. And I was like, is that machine possible? I was so dumb. And then she's like, well, no, but the steps, like, that's what you would do. I was like, that's such a great. Why am I talking about Contact? Why is this coming up in my, oh, because it was a thing on YouTube. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, that was Ecomi. Horrible. Tom Lee's Bitmine immersion just bought another 10,320 Ethereum worth $44.6 million. Atlanta has a left-handed dual threat black quarterback named Michael with a last name that's one character off from male genitalia. 2001 is back, boys. That is wild work. On September 9th, 2016, I had just gotten back from deployment and trying to reintroduce myself into the world. And what's the first thing I do? Watch Gilmore Girls and say, I forgot how good Gilmore Girls was. Good times. Also, on September 9th, it was a year since James Earl Jones had passed away, and New York City did that. That was cool. Nice memorial. September 8th, 2025, there were 600,000 OMI burn, 278 transactions, over 1 million OMI burn on the 3-day average, over 1 million every day. So I thought that was cool. Over 71 million OMI burned on Stacker total. Fidelity and ARK Invest has bought $246 million worth of Bitcoin. Whales still be loading. Geez, I don't really want to get any more political today than I already have been, which is wild. Oh my gosh. But like, bro, like UK, what are you doing? UK judge wishes convicted terrorist who killed 52 people in London in the London bus bombings, wish you all the best as he prepares to walk free. But that is insane. That is insane work. You know, it's also insane. The samurai Darth Vader. That looks so freaking cool. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get it. When is that coming out? I don't even know when. $50 is so much, but feel like you gotta, you know, all right, what's the, bro, okay, tomorrow's 9/11, and for 9/11, I think they should go in and release the comic that Marvel made for 9/11. I don't even know what comic it's called. Marvel 9/11 comic. What was it called? Okay, go into the Marvel database. Oh, the name is actually called September 11th Attack. It's in Earth 616. Okay, so it's Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, number 36. What the heck is this? Bro, I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Cover art not yet listed. Is it called Stand Tall? Okay, it's called Stand Tall. I'll talk about this tomorrow, but they should really, like, came out in November of 2001, and yeah, it really. Was this the entire freaking script? I'll maybe I'll read it tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, I think that's something that VeVe should go in and give us, because that was for the most part, it was a really well written. I read that like every year. Just as someone from New York, I mean, I also read a couple of fan fictions every because like back in the and again, I'll go over it tomorrow, but the fan fictions, like, that's how people grieve. Insane stuff. Tomorrow's a freaking heavy day, yeah, especially for firefighters. Abe, how old are you? I feel like we're close to the same. You're probably younger, because I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like you might be. Yeah, tomorrow's a heavy day. Yeah, this has been a rough couple weeks. Day is memory of fallen homies, number 343. Respect. If I were in any type of shape, I would do some type of, I don't know, like 5K or 10K. Yeah, you are younger. So that means, oh, so you were really young when that happened. Yeah, it was wild times. Yeah, insane. Anywho, I think they should, instead, like for 9/11, instead of issue 0 Avengers 2015, which I'm not gonna lie, that looks cool. Oh, there's Deadpool in there. Oh, okay. You know, maybe I'll get this tomorrow. Deadpool joins the Avengers. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might actually get this tomorrow. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get this tomorrow. Oh God, look at that! Look at that ultra rare cover. Oh, girl. Oh, and Deadpool's the secret rare cover. Oh, that's pretty dope. Wait, does that say? Steve Rogers, and then Barack Obama's president. That's so cool. All right, on the 12th, they have the Age of Republic, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then they have the Crafting Speeder Bike on the 14th. Ultraman issue number 6 on the 17th. Okay, Star Wars it's on the 21st. That's a ways away. That is a ways away. That is on 11 days from now. Maybe I'll get the Mothman Festival's that weekend too. I've been wanting to go to the Mothman Festival for a while, and I'm just so busy, and I haven't been. And I'm surprised I was able to give myself the day off on the 17th to go to New York to visit a homie. Yeah, wild times. Okay, anyway, let's continue on. Ohio's Ohio's retirement fund has bought $23 million worth of MicroStrategy shares. And I think Canada, there's someone in Ontario. Where are they? No, there's BlackRock stuff. Ontario Pension Fund bought $31 million in MicroStrategy shares. So you have Ontario buying Bitcoin. You have Ohio buying Bitcoin. Everyone's buying Bitcoin. OpenSea is launching a $1 million flagship collection of NFT reserves. I'll repeat, they're opening up a $1 million flagship collection of NFT reserves. And their first buy was a CryptoPunk worth 28% of the entire flagship collection at $285,000. Committee of staff and external advisors will help choose future buys. OpenSea plans to hold these pieces long-term in a living museum. Okay. Would have picked something different, but that's just me. And that was reported by Now Media that has 166,000 followers. Also, Christie's is shuttering its digital art department. Multiple staffers have been let go, including VP of Digital Art, Nicole Sales Giles. It's a major shift for the auction house that sparked the NFT boom in 2021 with Beeple's $69 million sale. Dude, my mama was crying watching the news. Memory of seeing firemen walking into the tower is forever seared in my brain. Huge reason why I became a bombero. Yeah, it was. This is really hard to not drink here. This has been a rough week, couple weeks. But again, Charlie would not want that. He would want us to stop partying. I mean, I'm never going to stop partying completely. Yeah, always a lot of respect for the firefighters. Even before I knew the people that I grew up with, like, oh, he became a firefighter, awesome. Yeah, running into flames, running into burning bills, like, oh, geez, that is straight up hero work. So we appreciate it. Anyway, Crappy Bird on base says, don't just follow the wing, also follow Crappy on TikTok. Let's go. Vietnam approves 5-year trial program for crypto trading platforms. Successful. Okay, very good. Forward from United DGen says, NASDAQ will make a $50 million private investment in Gemini, the crypto exchange founded by the Winklevoss twins. This comes ahead of Gemini's IPO on NASDAQ under the ticker GEMI, making it the third crypto exchange to be listed on the NASDAQ. It sounded like best-selling author and podcaster Tim Ferriss mentioned Johnny Depp on Johnny Depp's Hyde. He did. It was a I believe I have the screenshot here somewhere, right? So Tim Ferriss, which has almost 1.7 million followers over on YouTube, has a video that was released just half a day ago, like today, saying supplements I'm taking, training for mental performance, AI tools. Basically, at the 52-minute mark, he mentions going into Johnny Depp's book called Hyde and says he's going to look into it. Now, maybe while he's looking into it, he sees that it could be on VeVe. Maybe there's a VeVe. Maybe he comes into VeVe. We'll see. I'll see if I can reach out. Let you know. That'd be wild if he can come in and just be like, yeah, I'm all in. I mean, he should be able to see it, right? Like, he should be able to come in, see the tech, see the licenses, and be like, oh, I'm all in. Abe says, let's speculate a little. What would happen if both David and Dan burned half their bags? I mentioned this on the show yesterday. We had a question about how they should move forward with it. And what you have is a couple of problems. One, the token's pretty illiquid. Well, one, people watch their token. So once they do actually go in and sell, you're going to get the fudders and the liars and be like, oh, they're dumping on everyone. Like, you're just going to get that. Most of that's just noise. Most people will go in and just ignore it. But in order to do that, they have to migrate from GoChain to Base. They made a big deal the other day. Did you know 16 billion OMI are on Base? Okay, that's great. You guys have like 4 times the amount of that in just your personal holdings. if you want to be seen as people that go in and have a ton, you know, a ton of their tokens on base, put your tokens on base. They're sitting there on GoChain, not doing anything anyway. But to burn half the bag is a lot. Now, again, even if people weren't, not just say that they're not watching, but let's say people are totally cool with them moving their stuff and like, yeah, you guys deserve, like I think they deserve to sell. I think they've gone through hell trying to build this company, and I think they deserve to take a little profit. But even if they tried, there's just not a ton of liquidity in the markets. You can't do it in America. In America, the Uniswap exchange has like 400,000 in liquidity there. My product, daCat, has more liquidity than that. So it's like, okay, that's a no-go. They could do an OTC deal where it's like, all right, we'll give you $1 billion, we'll give you $1 billion, $2 billion, you know, and you know, they could do it that way. It does prevent people from really buying in the open market though. So it's like, what's the point of doing that down here? I would say if you're going to do something like that, because if they tried to do it on the open market, they just crush the price. I mean, they wouldn't sell the whole. They wouldn't even sell, you know, like a fifth of it. They'd probably try to do 100 million here. Let's do 50 million there. But again, they can't. So I think the better option would be say, okay, we'll do this. For every OMI that we burn, we're going to sell some as well. It doesn't have to be right now. They could burn 1 billion OMI and be like, okay, now we're going to sell some, you know, and then they make it like, okay, I feel like people would be okay with that. Like, okay, yeah. So basically you're going to burn 15 billion OMI each at the end of its life, because if they're going to do that one for one, yeah, we'll burn to sell to burn, whatever. That's cool. Yeah, I would say on the, excuse me. Okay. I would say on that aspect, if they did it, they could sell really as much as they want, because then they accelerate the burns. Within reason, you still probably wouldn't want to sell like 5 billion on the open markets or even on an OTC deal. I would get people hyped. I would say like, okay, I'm going to make events out of it. We're going to burn our OMI and we're going to sell tickets to it, and we're going to do giveaways, and we're going to do all this, like make an event out of it, make a bonfire, make it in the VeVeverse. I think it would be seen as, and again, it's not, I think it would be seen as bullish. I don't think it would really, burning it doesn't affect the price. Like the action doesn't affect the price. However, once people see that action, that might make them more bullish, might give them more confidence. Like, okay, billions are burning out of circulation. Let's buy some now. So you might have a sell the news event, but I really think that my back hurts. But I really think that if you go in and burn a lot, that will help the price. That will help liquidity a little bit. So yeah. Anyway, that was the. All right, so I don't know if this is actually a real comment or not, but I'll answer it just like it is. Would they do this so they could take our guns? I don't think so. That's not what he stood. That's not what he would have wanted. That's not what he stood for. He firmly believed in the Second Amendment. If there was some type of crime syndicate or some type of false flag attempt to like do something horrible so they can take your guns, that it would not have been this. Like if it was that, it would have been someone that was completely against guns, because Charlie would never want to take people's guns away. But yes, unfortunately he is unfortunately he's gone. I don't see why it would be any type of cartel. This is definitely not a hoax. I saw the footage. It was pretty awful. Inspectors. Have you talked about the people wash trading on Stacker on Superman? Yes, I did. I did before. Basically, VeVe, or sorry, Ecomi referenced that as well in their post today. Do that at your own peril because they're watching. They know. It's really not fair if somebody spends $10,000. You know, they have that OMI that's burned, and they're spending that $10,000 because they're a collector, versus somebody that you know, trades $100 item back and forth, you know, 100 times. You know, not really fair. Anyway, let's continue on. Where was I? Going back, way back. Oh gosh, we're going way back. Okay. Another $250 million USDC got minted yesterday. Trump's Truth Social partners with Crypto.com to enable crypto rewards for users. Cool. Trump says the Fed is broken and Powell is too late on rate cuts. Agreed. Should have happened months ago. White House crypto director calls strategic Bitcoin reserve a Trump top priority. Good. Wall Street giant Cantor debuts Bitcoin fund with gold insurance. NASDAQ to invest $50 million in Gemini. Vietnam tests crypto trading market with 5-year trial program. 2025 benchmark payrolls revision subtracts 911,000 jobs. That is wild. Wow. CBOE to launch continuous Bitcoin and Ethereum futures trading. Planet Vampire had commented the other day saying, you should ask VeVe to put out an NFT version of the physical mask someone put on that UK site so people wear your mask in the VeVe-verse. He is talking about, this is 2024. Oh, sorry, I just looked over a photo here and bays. Anyway, I forgot how fun last summer was. Jesus. Oh my God. Yo, 2024 was a good freaking year. For lots of reasons. Okay, all right. We got to get to this freaking. Pro the Doge. Pro the Doggala. All right, where the heck is this? What Planet Vampire is talking about is this. Clearly, this is not me with boobs. That is a white. This is Fam Bam, with my mask on. I don't know who made that mask. I don't know why they made it. I guess they made it to make money. But Planet Vampire was just saying like, oh, VeVe should put that out so people could wear your mask in the VeVe-verse. Maybe airdropped if you land and hold the secret rare of the daCat comic. I think that would be fun. I think that'd be fun. What's up, zombie? Yo. What is that fighting game? There's a guy with a red pole that says, hey. Yeah. Oh gosh. Very sad day. Lonnie, I'm telling you, I've seen it with my own eyes. It is unfortunately very real. And yes, very, very sad day. Very sad day. U.S. Director of Digital Assets Patrick Witt says creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve is a top priority. Been trying to say that. Kaki Gaijin says when the crypto bros say VeVe should be self-custodial, and I say I'd prefer they do it slower and safer. Now I gotta think, does this affect Privy Wallet? It does not affect Privy Wallet. They're talking about the hack yesterday. Funds are safe in Stacker. What's up, Mo Collections? Nepal's finance minister was stripped of his clothes and chased into a river by angry protesters after they set the country's parliament on fire. This is what happens when you ban social media and you just are horrible, horrible leaders. Yeah, Nepal got hacked. There is a 10 million OMI giveaway. It's happening on 15 September 2025. From Sniper J Dub saying we extended it so more of the OMI fam has a better chance. The winner will be picked alive. Sorry for the delay, but trust me, Someone is going to be very, very happy. I got to give him a call and see if on the 15th, I'll say, meow, want to come on the channel on the 15th for your giveaway. Sorry, love that song. Yeah, Dr. Prophet says, while it was not affected by NPM account compromise, funds are safe. Get money. Eric Trump removed from the board of the World Liberty Treasury Company, ALT5 Sigma, due to NASDAQ rules, Forbes reports. Shout out to Anthony 429-54154 for reaching level 100 on VeVe. Good for him. BlackRock CIO says the Federal Reserve should cut interest rates by 50 basis points next week. We're hoping. BlackRock CIO says Fed should cut rates by 50. Okay, 50 basis points. Yep. Yep. Apple unveils iPhone 17 Pro. Looks okay. U.S. inflation index has now dropped to 1.99%. Ash Crypto Real says 2 to 3 rate cuts are coming in 2025. I'm going to say 2. He says altcoins will explode. I hope so. We'll see. Trump tells Europe to impose 100% tariffs on China and India. It's a bold move. And President Trump announces that U.S. and India are continuing trade negotiations. Next week, winners level 100. Oh, shout out to Kirby 1988 for achieving level 100 as well. Love Kirby. Meaningful. Wait, what? Oh, very good. Dr. Kinan Collects has 1,441 comics, 1,315 collectibles, and 381 full sets. Why did humans stop building wonders? and there's a Chewbacca butt. It's like, we didn't. Oh, that's so great. Yeah. I'll try to get Neymar's attention, although I don't think Neymar really knows who I am. And he was also just left $1 billion by this Brazilian guy. So let's see. JL says Pudgy Penguins, Rare Pepes, Mooncats, etc. Lots of collab opportunities for really VeVe and Ecomi. I agree. Oh, I'm level 76. Let's go. Let's go. I love this game. Oh my gosh, my back. Vicente says if Stacker allowed ETH to be used directly to purchase VeVe collectibles, then OMI would still be burned in the background. That's cool. A judge blocks President Trump from firing Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. Tesla says batteries can unlock the grid's wasted 50%. U.S. grid runs at about 50% of its capacity for most of the year, leaving half of its infrastructure idle. New peaks from AI data centers push demand beyond limits, and the old solution is costly expansion. Tesla says batteries are the smarter fix, absorbing peaks, boosting efficiency, and unlocking hidden capacity. With renewable surging and strain mounting, storage is no longer optional. Wow. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Who's this? Stacker Weekly recap from the 1st to the 7th. 2,700 transactions. Damn. 2,483 with an OMI trading volume of 393 million. Wallets, additional 512 wallets. Buying and 694 wallets selling. Top 5 collectible by volume. Todd McFarlane, Comey Red and Silver logo, Spider-Man Noir, Superman, and partner statue. 7.68 million OMI tokens have been burned from the circulating supply. Very good. I don't think I can show this photo. That is hysterical. Paris Hilton kissed a woman's belly in Mexico, thinking that she was pregnant, and she wasn't. My guy, Batman could not get me off the Stairmaster if she did that to me. Now, granted, I'm a dude, there's no way, but like, oh my God. Jesus. Anyway, oh, Friends. Base. BlackRock to launch Bitcoin ETF in the UK next month. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's oh God, there's a lot of Nancy Mace posts here. Let's give from Benny Johnson, 3.8 million followers, saying Charlie Kirk died as he lived, fighting for light in the darkest corners of America. Charlie Kirk is a martyr for his country, Christian soldier. He lived with hope. God now has called him home. This is America's turning point. To honor him, we must carry on his mission to confront the evil consuming our culture and fight it back with truth. There'll never be another like him. His vision now becomes our charge. Charlie Kirk, American martyr, Christian soldier, forever honored. This is America's turning point. Damn, that was, oof. Yes, I know it's raining. White House says, in honor of Charlie Kirk, President Trump is ordering all American flags through the U.S. to be lowered at half-mast. Fair. Oh, damn. Yeah, there's some people really beside themselves. Normally, I'd say let's go on crypto Twitter, but it's all about Charlie Kirk today, so it's probably not going to be, well, it's not going to be fun. No, very good. Chaos on the Chains has said they will give me an ETH for putting one of their characters on my body. Now this character is called Tsunami, and he's pretty cool. He's holding a little volleyball type of character. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna get Tsunami on my body, but he's really freaking cool, and I love him. I'll keep you posted where. It's and it's been really fun to write him. It's been really fun to go on and have an experience. I feel like that Katy Perry song. This is the part of. I feel like every time I write these characters, they just they feel like a part of me. Anyway, Tsunami's so freaking cute. Well, but I will totally wear that with pride. But we haven't decided on which image yet, so it might not happen until next month. When did he post this? I don't know when Charlie posted this, saying assassination culture is spreading on the left. 48% of oh, this was back in April. And this is honestly, this is really politically charged, so I'm not going to read that. But yeah, bad times. Anywho, I'm going to go in and I guess I'll end it here tonight because I do want to make that video. Unless anyone has any questions, I'll probably bounce and go do that. Bro, I want these so bad. Okay, give me 1 second. I want to first tell you about these Reese's Oreos. They look so freaking good. I'm just on a diet and I'm in this caloric deficit. All right, I'm going to make a sandwich and I'm going to go, right? I have time? Yeah, it's totally time. All right, I'm going to make a sandwich and then I'm going to make a video. I'm going to hang upside down for a little while first. Anyway, guys, just comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. My back, my shoulder. All right, I love you all. Bye, guys. Everyone say bye to Jackie. Bye.